Yo. Yo, what's up? This is Jeremy from J Generation Grows in a Peach Capital of the State. Alright. I'm going to try to keep this as short and sweet as possible. Alright. CFM at 90. I get long-winded and I get to talking. CFM at 90. Everybody's asking me, what do I need to get for my compressor? If I get this, I get that. If I get that, you think I can make it? First question, what's the CFM at 90? If it's not at least 12, 14 CFM at 90 PSI, I wouldn't even waste my time. Because here's the thing. Paint gun runs about 10 to 12 CFM at 90. High flow fittings, if you need to use them. High flow hose, you need to use them. And a grinder, a cutoff wheel, they use about 10 to 12. A DA uses about 12 or plus. If you're using all that stuff, let's say you got a man over here spraying and a man over there running a DA can't keep up. Let's say you're running a DA, it can't keep up. Let's say you got two men running a DA, it can't keep up. But I just got a little hobby shop, man. I'm not trying to do this or whatever. Well, let me tell you what you're doing. The compressor is running more than it needs to be, and you're killing the lifespan of it. Also, you're killing the lifespan of your tools and everything else. Because the problem is, your demand is higher than your supply. So you're paying out more than you're putting in. It's real simple. If your bills are $1,200 a month and you're only putting $1,000 in a month, you get in a man's pocket and he can kind of listen a little bit. Get in a man's pocket, that son gonna start, that's not right. That's not right. All right, so here's the problem. If your bills is $1,200 a month and you're putting $1,000 in there every month, guess what, fellas? You in the hole $200. Next month, you put another $1,000 in, you in a hole $200. So now you're $400 in the hole. But I got overdraft. Well, your overdraft covered it. Guess what? Now you got to pay $32.99 each month or whatever for your overdraft. So you in the hole again. Then the next month, you pay another $1,000 and your bills is $1,200. Now you're $600 in the hole. And sooner or later, the bank's going to call you and say, hey, look, we're coming to get your truck. We're coming to get your car. We're coming to get this because you're behind on it and you filing bank, blah, blah, blah. You can't pay out more than you're putting in, all right? So if your gun is requiring 12 CFM plus to run, and your compressor is only producing 10, and it's a 60 gallon or 80 gallon, once it drops below 90 PSI, you're running more than it can produce. So therefore, once it's running, the temperature coming out of the compressor head into the compressor tank is over 200, 300 degrees of air. Once that air cools down, it makes condensation. Condensation is water. Then you'll get online and you'll say, hey man, I don't know what it is. My gun's spitting out water and I got all this going on. I don't know what's wrong. My compressor's running all the time and I got all. It's because it can't keep up. It can't keep up. We're at the 3-minute mark. So next thing, figure out the CFM at 90 you can afford. So Emerson Ram says it takes 3.3 CFM for every horsepower of the electric motor. So if it's 5 horsepower, that's 5 times 3, that's 15, plus or minus. Brand new. You can get by with that. That'll work. 60-gallon tank. If you can't get an 80, get a 60. If you're just a one-man show, that's what you need. But think about it. You're always going to grow. So what can you do? You can add a second tank. So now you got 60 and 60, you got 120. Now you have more volume, but still not good. You have more volume and it's still producing. All right. So you're not paying more than you're putting in. All right. You kind of a little bit more than you're putting in, so you'll be fine. But what happens if you get another man working and you're running 2 DAs? It's not going to work. You're going to run out. Next thing, next tip. The air coming out of your compressor tank is over 200 degrees. People run their hose and they hook right up to the side of it. They put the water trap on there and they show it every day. They say, look at all this water coming out of here. And then you look and the daggone regulator or the air valve and all your water trap is hooked right to the side of the tank. That air is 200-300 degrees and it's cooling. It ain't cooling down. It comes in there and it catches in that thing and it's slammed full of water. And then that water, it can't hold it. And then it goes to the next, and then it comes out your hose. It's just like a liquor still, fellas. You run through the worm, it cools it down, you got liquor. Same thing with the compressor. You're cooling it down, it's whatever. They say you need 50 foot from the compressor tank to your first water trap, 50 foot. That don't mean straight. That means you can come out, go up, over, down, like Tetris, and put you some turn downs and whatever. You can also come out of the tank and make you a liquor steel worm, coil up, get a bucket or barrel, put some water in it. If you're not in climates that's super cold, that freeze solid, run the air line or the copper line in there. Then the air is coming out, it hits that water, it cools it down, it comes back out. Then you can put it in a water trap, the first water trap, open it, all the water. Then it goes into your main water trap. Then you come out and you go in the shop. Doesn't matter how you get it to whatever. You need to get it where you can cool it down out of your tank before you go into your first water trap. Because if it's not 50 foot where it cools it down, cools it down from hot to cold, it's going to make condensation. That's your second problem. You need to go to Harbor Freight and get you one of them cheap $30, $40 automatic drains and put it on the bottom of your tank. It runs off 110 and you set it like come on every 3 to 5 seconds and it'll purge the bottom of your tank and get that water out. That's the next thing you need to do. If you can afford a dryer, that's great. Use a dryer. I'm not a real big fan of those things packing towels and all that stuff in it because I don't care. It breaks down. It runs through there. It comes in your gun, goes in your tool. The little pistons and the little rotary little things inside your gun. It's just bad. All right. So 6-minute mark. The biggest problem is CFM at 90. All right. Buy the biggest CFM at 90 you can afford. If you can't afford it, and you can hold on until you can't afford whatever you can get. All right. Once you get that, then set it up and think about it. All right, I'm coming out of my tank. I need at least 50 foot. Like I say, you can come up, go over, come down, turn. Up, over, come down, up, over, down. Don't use PVC and don't use PEX. PEX and PVC is not designed for compressed air. It's designed for water and it's designed for sewer system. Non-pressurized. I don't care if it works. I don't care if the guy down the road's been doing it for 20 years. I don't care. I value my life, my clients, my family, my friends' lives more than I do. I got by buying me a $2 pipe, a PVC pipe, and it's worked 20 years or whatever. But I'm telling you right now, fellas, the first time somebody walks in and that son of a gun's got a hairline split and that son of a gun shears off a little splinter and it goes in the side of somebody's neck and they drop to the ground like a sack of taters, you're going to think to yourself after everything's done and the shocks wore off, you're going to say, you know that boy down there, that good old boy from the Peach Cattle State told me not to use that. Then guess what's going to happen? You're going to get sued and everything that you've got, you're going to lose because you wanted to save $2. So do it right or don't do it at all. I tell it like it is. If you don't like it, swipe and go to the next page. Use copper, use rapid air system. Rapid air system has a wonderful system. I have it here at my shop. I have the 3/4 ID. I have the 1-inch ID. I have all their stuff. It's fabulous. It's great. Use that. If you can afford copper, which I don't know who can, use copper. The college uses ductile iron. Ductile iron makes water, makes rust and whatever. They've been using it for 20 years. We don't have no issues with it. All your industrial places, they use ductile iron. You know, it is what it is. Don't use PEX and don't use PVC pipe. Okay? Just don't use it. Next thing, high flow fittings, high flow air lines. Presto makes high flow air lines. Hoses already, the ends on both ends is like $60 for 50 foot and it's already got both ends on there. Use high flow fittings on all your air tools and stuff like that. Your air tools will thank you and your job will thank you, because I'm telling you, use high flow air fittings on your paint guns, your product lays down completely different because you're getting more air. The more air you can get, you can bust up the molecules. The smaller the molecules, the flatter it lays. Pretty much it, fellas. So recap, we're at the 9:30 mark. Recap. High CFM at 90 you can afford. Then worry about the tank size. Then you can double up on the tank size once you get over to CFM at 90 and you can roll on with it. If you got any questions, you got any more tips, All right, got any suggestions for Tech Tuesday? Let me know. I'll put it in the box. I reach in the box. I pull it out. Somebody asked about this. CFM at 90. What does all that means? Whatever. I hope that helps somebody out. I appreciate every single one of you. 1,745 folks. I appreciate every single one of you. Every single one of you. If you want some JG Innovation Garage apparel or merchandise, go to alphapigments.com. I'm going to put the link in this page, in this post from now on. Click at the bottom. Go check it out. They're adding more stuff daily. Going to try to brand anything we can brand. All the profits that I receive from shirt sales and hat sales, I'm giving every bit of it to Owen Carter Green Scholarship Fund at Randolph Community College in Asheboro, North Carolina at the foundation. If you do not want no swag, you don't want no gear, that's fine. I appreciate it. If you would like to donate, I don't care if it's $1. Call up there and talk to Shelly Green, no relation. Any of them ladies in the foundation, they will get you squared away and show you how to donate. Our goal is $10,000. We're at about 20% of the mark that we're at to get to we need to make a Forever 6 scholarship to help folks out. I appreciate every single one of you. Put God first. Let the loose end drag. Don't worry about the man up the road. Don't worry, man, about the down the road. Woo. Getting upset. Sweep off your own front porch before you worry about anybody else. Peace, love, and chicken grease. I'm out.